This is Quake Champions. It's a first-person arena shooter. It's currently in early access. Normally I don't play first-person arena shooters like this. Normally I'm attracted to modern warfare style games with large maps and lots of players. The sort of game where anything can come from anywhere at any time. However, I was quite attracted by the horror sci-fi theme of this game. Did actually quite like Doom 2016. Normally I don't like single player first person shooters either, but I did actually really enjoy Doom 2016, so when I first heard about this game I was interested, but it wasn't until they did 2 weeks of free access to the game in June, where you could actually fully check out the game for free, which is what this is a recording of now. Now, when the game actually finally releases, it will be free to play with the option to pay to unlock everything in the game. So you might be thinking, well, that means that the game's pay to win. Well, not necessarily. It's more sort of like, if you're really into the game, then you're probably going to want to unlock everything if you're taking part in the competitive game modes and everything, but it's only a slight advantage really. You can grind through the game, you know, as I say, and get the money and unlock all the other champions. There's also loot boxes, somewhat unfortunately. I'm not really into that whole loot box thing that seems to be popular at the moment, but sometimes you can unlock the other champions permanently, I believe, with stuff you get in the loot boxes. However, it's completely random, and I think the chance of a full character unlock is not that high, so some people can play for quite a long time and never actually get a full character unlock. Though this is just stuff I'm going on what I've read, because I've not actually put that many hours into the game yet. I've not put enough in to know exactly how much of an advantage it is to pay to unlock everything, so I'm just going what I've read from what other people are saying online. There's team deathmatch, 4v4. There's deathmatch, everyone against everyone. I'm not sure how many players you have in one time there. I think it's like 8 or 10 or something like that. There's also Insta-Gib game mode, where everyone is just running around with the railgun, I believe it's called, all the time, and it's pretty much a one-hit kill all the time, so everyone's just running around with a one-hit kill weapon. The other game modes are the 2v2 and the 1v1. They're the full competitive game modes. If you're playing that sort of game mode, yeah, you're probably going to want to pay to unlock everything. But if you're interested in that sort of game mode, then you're likely to pay to unlock everything anyway. It's not a huge amount of money actually, it's quite a reasonable amount, one-off payment. Usually these pay-to-win games, they come up with some excuse to keep making you pay in more and more and more and more to keep your advantage. Nothing like that here, it's just like the one-off payment. It's a little bit more like, yeah, check the game out for free, and if you're really into it, there's the option to like buy it. Yeah, and also with the champions, they're sort of balanced. There's some champions that will take more hits to kill, but they'll have a larger hitbox and they'll move slower. Others move faster, but they'll take less damage, things like that. And it's not like other arena shooters where you have like classes or roles where, you know, you've always got a healer, so where you're always going to need a healer on the team, you're always going to need a tank on the team. Nothing like that, it's just mainly sort of like personal preference with the slight differences in the champions. However, if you're someone that's only ever going to want to play the faster players, then you're probably going to want to pay to unlock everything to make sure you've always got access to the faster players. Now, if you don't pay to unlock everything, you always have access to one of the characters, the Ranger, which is the one I'm using in this video. He's a sort of all-rounder, well-balanced character. Also, each of the champions, the characters, they have their own special ability. The special ability of the Ranger is he fires out a sort of orb ball thing, which I believe is always a one-hit kill, no matter how much health and armor the person you're shooting at has. And the other characters have their own special abilities. Now, from what I've read online, I've only used the Ranger so far, but from what I've read online, the Ranger special, you know, is actually pretty good. Some of the other specials are supposed to be really mental, like some of them you can go invisible for a short time, I believe. Some of them you can see enemies through the walls for a short time, but from looking at what I've read online, there's quite a lot of people complaining that the Ranger's special move is overpowered, so it's definitely not like they've made the Ranger really weak, forcing you to use the other characters all the time. But like I say, if you're someone that's going to only want the fast character, then yeah, you could definitely consider that a bit of a disadvantage if you don't always have access to a faster character. But yeah, I've actually had a lot of fun playing this game. Mostly team deathmatch and just normal deathmatch. Don't really like the idea of 2v2 or 1v1. I prefer chaos of You know, the feeling of anything can come from anywhere at any time, and certainly when you're playing deathmatch and team deathmatch with the fast pace of the game, you definitely get that like chaotic, the feeling of mass high-speed chaotic gameplay where anything can come from anywhere at any time. So yeah, I've actually really been enjoying it. The 1v1 and 2v2, I've not played them at all, doesn't really appeal to me actually. Maybe if I got seriously into this game and started doing competitive stuff, might play those game modes then, but yeah, for now I'm perfectly happy with team deathmatch and normal deathmatch. A lot of fun, a lot of fun. Oh, what a fucking kill that was. I have considered paying to unlock everything. I don't mind like paying money to support the game, especially from what I can tell so far, where they're not going with the absolutely horrific, ruthless pay-to-win strategy that you see in a lot of other games these days. So yeah, I don't really have a problem with paying to unlock everything, although I'm pretty sure they're planning on making other champions in the future, and you will have to pay more money again to unlock those champions, but you know, you're paying for permanent unlock, not to like just rent them for a bit, which is what you do with the in-game money. You just rent the champions for a bit if you earn enough in-game money to rent a champion, which is, you know, separate to the loot boxes where you can actually permanently unlock a character if you're lucky enough. Hard to say at this point just how much the long-term enjoyment will be, but even if it's not really that long-term, I still don't really mind paying to unlock everything because it's quite a reasonable price. Seems to be quite a few people playing the game. You go search for a match and it doesn't really take that long before the matchmaking puts you in a match. And you can also see there's a couple of slow motions in this video. You can see there's a little bit of lag, a little bit of delay sometimes with like the hit reg and stuff like that, but you know, it's nothing too bad. Plus the game's still early access, so I guess they're going to sort all that stuff out. But yeah, it's actually pretty good fun. I'd recommend it to anyone that's interested. Maybe wait until final release so that you can play it for free if they don't do any more play for free offers. I'm guessing it's not going to be too long before final release. Doesn't really feel like early access game to me. Feels like pretty solid, complete game, especially compared to some of the other early access games I've played in the past. Wait till you can play it for free before you check it out, and then you'll know for sure before spending any money on it. But like I say, to unlock everything, it's a pretty reasonable price anyway. It's not this horrific pay-to-win business that you'd normally see these days. So yeah, you get the chance, check it out.
Painful to be a dream.
Incoming quad.
Let's get spawn.
Where is it there?
Get to it.
You've got to get up somehow. Oh, they're gonna get it. Fuck. I got it! Oh, they got it.
Oh, they got it.
Too much going on in my head. Can't focus.
Protection's about to spawn, I think.
Yeah, go to protection now. Ready. You got it.
Running smooth. Operations running smooth.
1 minute warning.
Special angle is pretty good, so I can still kill at close range with this. I should learn how to use it.
The what? The what gun?
The special ability.
Oh, yeah.
Been trying to get out 20 years. Not giving up now.
Revenge.
Good damage.
Double whammy.
I got two with one shot, I think.
Too much going on.
One down.
Can't focus.
Yep. shit, I got a rocket launcher.
2 down. I killed them all. I got 1 health left though.
That was hectic.
You win.
Yeah.
Yes. Fucking hey. That's battle. That was damn funny. I went to rescue you and you were like, oh no.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Hopefully I'll see you next time. Take it easy.
And they were running down the corridor away from me. I was just like giving them everything in the back. Killed them all. Well,